There are people in this world who don't just have hobbies, they have passions. And when those passions meet unlimited resources, imagination, and a desire for the extraordinary, something remarkable happens. Hobbies transform into experiences that most of us have never even heard of. And today, we're going to explore exactly that world. Not to make anyone feel small, but because these hobbies are genuinely fascinating, creative, and in many cases, pushing the boundaries of what human beings are capable of. So sit back, relax, and let's dive in. Let's start with something that combines speed, skill, and the open ocean: yacht racing. Now, most people have seen a sailboat, maybe on a lake, maybe in a harbor. But what happens when you take that idea and push it to its absolute limit? You get offshore yacht racing, one of the most demanding, technical, and breathtaking sports on the planet. These aren't small sailboats bobbing gently in the water. These are engineering masterpieces, vessels that can reach speeds of over 50 miles per hour on open water, built from carbon fiber so lightweight and strong that every single component is custom designed. The level of craftsmanship that goes into a racing yacht is comparable to a Formula One car, except instead of a racetrack, the arena is the entire ocean, and the races themselves are extraordinary. Some of the most prestigious yacht races in the world cross entire oceans, thousands of miles of open water, changing weather, massive waves, and conditions that test every skill the crew has. The sailors who compete at this level train for years. They study meteorology, navigation, engineering, and endurance. It's not just about money, it's about mastery. And watching one of these races in person, seeing these incredible machines cut through the water at impossible speeds, it's the kind of thing that stays with you forever. Now let's talk about something a little more ancient, and a lot more elegant: falconry. Falconry is one of the oldest hobbies in human history, practiced for thousands of years across cultures and continents. But in its most refined, modern form, it has become one of the most exclusive and fascinating pursuits in the world. The relationship between a falconer and their bird is unlike anything else. It takes months, sometimes years, to build the trust and communication between a human and a falcon. These birds are wild at heart. They are not pets, they are partners. And training them requires patience, dedication, and a deep understanding of animal behavior that goes far beyond what most people imagine. The birds themselves are extraordinary creatures. A peregrine falcon is the fastest animal on the planet, capable of reaching speeds of over 200 miles per hour in a dive. Watching one hunt in the open sky is like watching pure physics come alive. And for those who have dedicated years to this craft, the moment their bird returns to their gloved hand after a flight, that connection, that trust, is something no amount of money can manufacture. It has to be earned, and that's what makes it truly special. From the ancient skies, let's move to the deep ocean, because some of the most passionate hobbyists in the world have turned their attention downward, into the blue, into the world of private deep-sea exploration. Most of us know that the ocean is largely unexplored. More than 80% of it remains unmapped and unseen by human eyes. And for those with a deep curiosity about the natural world, that mystery is irresistible. Private deep-sea exploration has become one of the most extraordinary hobbies imaginable, using custom-built submersibles to dive thousands of feet below the surface and enter a world that almost no human being has ever witnessed. These submersibles are marvels of engineering, built to withstand crushing pressure, equipped with powerful lighting systems, high-definition cameras, and robotic arms. They allow their pilots to explore shipwrecks, underwater mountains, ancient geological formations, and marine ecosystems that have never been documented before. And what they find down there is genuinely astonishing. Creatures that seem to belong to another planet. Landscapes of extraordinary beauty. History preserved perfectly in the cold, dark water. But what makes this hobby truly remarkable is the spirit behind it. The people who pursue deep-sea exploration are not just seeking thrills, they are contributing to human knowledge. Many private expeditions have resulted in genuine scientific discoveries, new species, new geological data, new understanding of how our planet works. It is a hobby that gives back to the world, and that combination of adventure, beauty, and purpose makes it one of the most meaningful pursuits on this list. Let's come back to the surface now, and into the sky, because another passion that captures the imagination of those who pursue extraordinary experiences is hot air ballooning. But not the kind you might find at a local fair. We're talking about private, custom-designed hot air balloon expeditions over some of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. Imagine drifting silently over the ancient valleys of Cappadocia, in Turkey at sunrise, the landscape below you dotted with fairy chimneys, and cave formations carved by thousands of years of wind and water, or floating above the vast golden plains of the Serengeti, watching thousands of animals move across the land beneath you. in the soft morning light, or rising above the misty mountains of the Himalayas as the sun catches the snow on the peaks and turns everything gold. Hot air ballooning at this level is about more than just the view. It's about silence. At altitude, there is almost no sound, just the occasional burst of the burner, and then perfect quiet. You are moving with the wind, not against it. You are not in control of your direction, the sky is. And there is something deeply humbling and beautiful about surrendering to that. About trusting the air to carry you somewhere wonderful. People who have experienced private balloon expeditions over extraordinary landscapes say it changes the way they see the world. That looking down from that height, everything looks both incredibly small and incredibly precious at the same time. Now let's talk about something that combines creativity, history, and extraordinary patience. The world of rare art and artifact collection. There are people in this world who have spent decades building private collections of art and historical artifacts that rival some of the greatest museums on Earth. And what drives them is not just ownership, it is passion. A genuine, deep love for human creativity across the centuries. Walking through a private collection of this kind is like walking through history itself. Ancient sculptures that survived civilizations, paintings created by hands that lived hundreds of years ago, manuscripts written in languages that almost no one speaks anymore. The stories behind individual pieces in these collections are often as extraordinary as the pieces themselves. A painting that survived a war, a sculpture that was lost for centuries and rediscovered by chance, an artifact that traveled across continents before finding its permanent home. Each piece carries a weight of human experience that goes far beyond its material value. And for the collectors who have dedicated their lives to preserving and studying these objects, the joy is not in showing them off, it is in knowing them, in understanding their history, their context, their meaning. It is a deeply intellectual and emotional pursuit. From history, let's move to nature, because one of the most quietly extraordinary hobbies in this world is private botanical garden cultivation. There are individuals who have spent years, sometimes their entire lives, creating private botanical gardens of breathtaking scale and beauty. Not just gardens in the traditional sense, but living, breathing ecosystems. Collections of rare plants from every corner of the world, carefully cultivated and arranged into landscapes that feel like something out of a dream. Some of these private gardens contain plant species that exist nowhere else on Earth, preserved and protected by the people who tend them. Others recreate the feel of ancient forests, or tropical rainforests, or high-altitude meadows, each environment perfectly maintained. A living artwork that changes with every season. Walking through a private botanical garden of this scale is one of the most peaceful, awe-inspiring experiences imaginable. The smell of the air, the quality of the light filtering through the canopy, the sound of water moving through a carefully designed stream. It engages every sense simultaneously, and it reminds you, quietly, powerfully, of how extraordinary the natural world really is. And then there is perhaps the most forward-looking hobby of all, private space exploration and astronomy. There are people in this world who have built private observatories on mountaintops, equipped with telescopes powerful enough to see galaxies billions of light years away, who spend their nights not looking at screens, but looking at the actual universe, in real time, with their own eyes. And what they see up there, the rings of Saturn, the moons of Jupiter, the slow spiral of a distant galaxy, is genuinely humbling in a way that very little else in human experience can match. Some go further, funding private missions to study near-Earth asteroids, or developing technology that could one day carry human beings to other planets. The passion behind these pursuits is real and deep, comes from the same place that has always driven human beings to look up at the night sky and wonder, what is out there? What does it mean? Are we alone? These are questions that have no easy answers, but the act of asking them, of pointing a telescope at the darkness and searching, is one of the most profoundly human things imaginable. And perhaps that is the thread that connects all of these extraordinary hobbies. Whether it is racing across the ocean on a carbon fiber yacht, or training a falcon to return to your hand, or diving alone into the deepest parts of the sea, or floating in silence above a landscape of impossible beauty, what drives all of these pursuits is the same thing: curiosity, wonder, the desire to experience something real, something that no screen can replicate, something that makes you feel fully, completely alive. The most expensive hobbies in the world are not really about money at all. They are about passion, about dedicating yourself to something that stretches your understanding of what is possible, about finding beauty and meaning in corners of the world that most people never get to see. And the beautiful thing is, that spirit of curiosity and wonder, that belongs to everyone. It doesn't cost a thing. It just takes the courage to look up, look out, look down, and ask yourself, what would I explore, if nothing could stop me?